what's the YouTube? Dale here from Zephyr from another live duel at Locals. On the right hand side we have myself playing DoomZ for the first time, and on the left we have a brand new player playing Blue Eyes Primite for the first time. So we start off with Imseti, so this is the DoomZ with the Horus package. Imseti, the idea with this one, it needed to kind of unlock the hand to get into a DoomZ card, and we're going to be starting off with the DoomZ 7. This one lets you set a DoomZ spell or trap from the deck. Ideally what you're trying to do is you're trying to work your way into getting the level 8. You want to try and get DoomZ 12 on the field, because then that will lead you into the XZs, and that XZs is a little bit better at absorbing. Like the rank 4 in my opinion is kind of okay. Maybe I'm not like fully playing it or understanding it correctly, but yeah, I just don't. It's definitely the weaker of the two. I can't wait to see like more support that this deck's going to get, because I do think it's a really fun deck as well to play around with. So we go with the Raiders. This one's really cool as well. So this one lets you destroy a DoomZ monster, another DoomZ card on the field or hand, and then special on a DoomZ from the deck. Now it's very susceptible to Ash, so you want to, where possible, try to not destroy the card on the field. But the benefit of something like that as well is all your DoomZs have effects if they're normal, special, or destroyed by card effect. They get an effect. Now my opponent played really well here because they actually held the imperm for like one of the most annoying spots, because stopping the access to the level 8 really means that I can only technically end on like the rank 4. And as I mentioned, like the rank 4 is nowhere near as good. Like I could hard make the rank 8. But now I'm in this position here, and this is why I make the move for the Photon Lord, is I'm just counting the summons that I've done. And I've done 5 summons. Like my 5th summon will put me in Nibiru territory. So if I go for the other rank 8, I get Nibiru'd. If I go for Hope Harbinger, I get Nibiru'd. And it's like, I'd rather end on a monster negate, plus I have a couple of hand traps in the hand, and I've discarded a Nibiru, that I should be able to like work my way through this. So discarding this cost off the back of the wishes, that's going to get ashed. Now I know from their 6 cards they've already used wishes plus the discard plus the imperm, and then they've got 3 more cards. So they start off with the Ether Barrel. Ether Barrel is like something I don't really want to resolve, because as soon as you get Lordly Load into rotation or Drill Beam in rotation, that's another thing I need to worry about, which is why I kind of like use the Photon Lord on this one. So ultimately, the Photon Lord was the better option to do, because it would allow you to trade with Sage. It would allow you to trade with Beryl in this example here. We're going to be going into the Blue Eyes Link 1. We're going to be hitting that with an Effect Veiler as well, because I know I don't want them to get the field spell, because then if they get the field spell and they have opened up a Sage, they're going to be able to normal summon that. So the only other thing that I worry about is Maiden. And even then, you go Maiden, you get True Light. True Light would then do what? Get Raw, Blue-Eyed Raw. It's probably like the best it can get. And that's if they've got the Maiden. And it looks like they've opened up Summon Breaker, which is, it's kind of annoying. It does slow the game down a little bit from my behalf, but I mean, I've got a Happy in the graveyard. I can use the discard effect of the King Sark, but I've like used all of my kind of like hand, like all of the cards in hand. So now I'm going to use the Raiders again. So the Raiders again is during the main phase, you can either destroy in the hand or field a DoomZ monster. And the idea is that I want to try and destroy my DoomZ 5 on the field, which would then not only trigger the DoomZ 5 effect to get rid of the Drastus, but I'd also be able to get like the 7 from the deck. And Drastus needs to special summon itself through its own effect, ideally, to get the equip spell. Now, this is probably a little bit of inexperience for myself with this route of play, is that I try to play around, like, with the 8, I'm like, if my 8 hits the field, but they negate the 8's effect, sorry, I keep saying 8, the 12's effect, then I don't get the equip spell, and it needs the equip spell to kind of go into the XEs effectively. So I decided to, rather than going for the trap card, go directly for that equip spell and play that gamble of, if they have like an imperm, for example, then it would cause me a few issues. So here I've done my 2nd summon of the turn. Did I just switch that? I've literally just switched 5 to attack, and I summoned 5 out that turn. So I apologise for that one, because that is definitely not legal. I should just summoned it into attack position. Either way, Happy would then destroy the Link 1, and then the Photon Lord goes for attack. I must have thought that it was 7 and got it confused. I also, it's only in main phase 1 do I skip the turn with the Summon Breaker. So, which doesn't make much of a difference, because you still want to leave, like the idea is you leave the rank 8 on your field. Like you want to go into the rank 8 during your opponent's turn, because it absorbs a monster on the field. So if they don't have anything, not getting anywhere, We use Called by the Grave to get rid of the barrel so it doesn't come back during the standby phase. And then we kind of pass the turn here. And we're in a fairly decent position. So we've got a Monster Negator, we've got the ability to go into rank 8, and ultimately they just scoop it up from that point on. So apologies for shifting 5 to attack. I probably must have thought that it was 7. Shifted 7 to attack. I probably thought that it was 5. So anyway, moving into game number 2, start off with Lordy Load. Lordy Load going into Beryl. We're going to Availer the Beryl. We just don't want access to Drill Beam. Like, Drill Beam's really annoying to deal with. Going for the Trill Tactics Thrust here. Obviously, no monster on the field from myself, so it's going to be a set. Be interesting to see if there's any Floodgate cards set in here. Like, one of the best ones probably would be D-Barrier against this particular type of deck, but then you just go, like, Horus or Imseti Beatdown. So we're setting an Imperm. We are linking off the Primite Ether Barrel. We're going to be going into the Blue Eyes Link 1. I could have choose to save I could have done this the other way around, but we're going to go Chainlink 1 Ash, Chainlink 2 Phantasme. Phantasme to summon, draw a couple of cards, put one card back, and then it sets me up with some targeted protection so that I could technically play around Drill Beam if I wanted to, if there is a hard open of the Drill Beam, which is something to also consider. Now, the normal play here is Lordy Load is going to get access to Blue Eyes. We're going to be linking these two together. And as you can see, I've specifically targeted the Link 1. Like, I know how powerful Blue Eyes can be when it does get that field spell in rotation, because once it gets that additional summon, it gets the Sage, Sage gets the Maiden, True Light's in rotation. Yes, True Light is a bit of a weak spot for them, but it's not the end of the world. So on this one, I'm facing down Seals, a guaranteed Imperm, and then 2 more unknown sets, which, you know, we'll see in a minute, that does become quite annoying to deal with. So we start off with Medius of Pure, probably like the best normal summon on this one, but I have actually found myself, like, the more and more I played this deck, now keeping in mind this is the first time I played DoomZ in person, so I built this for a friend. My friend was unfortunately unable to make it, and I decided rather than playing DDDs, it was only a small locals, I would play this deck instead. So we're going to be activating Imperm on the Medius of Pure. We're going to be training the Phantasme to protect it. Now, what I was trying to say about Medius of Pure is I've actually found more of a value in having it in the graveyard than having it on the field. Like, in a Archmage deck, it 99.999% of the time it gets banished. But in this deck, because you turn it into a rank 4, because you summon out the Power Patron from the deck, and I'm just explaining exactly what it does. It lets you target another monster on the field, and then you go into a DoomZ XEs, and then equip the Power Patron to it as a material. So this lets me get into the Durastus, the rank 4, and the rank 4 lets you destroy one other, well, not even one other, one DoomZ card on the field, and then one other monster. So this is where I do miss a bit here. So we're going to be going for Seals. So it'd go Chainlink 1, the DoomZ XEs, Chainlink 2, Seals. So Seals going to be tributing his cost. So we're just resolving this, just making sure we know what he's returning. Returns out I've got to resolve the rank 4. So I've got to destroy a card. Like, this is where I've got to figure this out. It's a you can as well, by the way. It's a you can destroy another card on the field. So I destroyed 7 in the hand. Then on a new chain, we go Chainlink 1, 7, Chainlink 2, Seals. You're still in a good position here. So we're going to resolve 7 by setting the equip spell. Not really a lot more I can do here apart from activate the equip spell onto Phantasme. Doesn't really do anything apart from me taking 500 during my opponent's turn, because it only gives additional effect if it is a DoomZ or an XEs. But the reason I've done that is for Raiders. Raiders need to destroy another DoomZ card in hand or another face-up card. So I needed to get the equip spell face-up so that I could destroy it to summon out 5 and then use 5's effect to get me the level 8, but DoomZ 12. Summon down DoomZ 12 would ultimately end up letting me destroy my DoomZ 5, and then that will get me the other equip spell from the deck, and that kind of lets me move into the XEs at this particular point. So we get the second equip spell. This is why you play 2 of the Durgs, and I think, if I remember rightly, there's a Majesty sitting there waiting for me. So that's kind of the reason that they went with the second Blue Eyes rather than going for the Magnamut, just to get a double pop rather than a single pop, which kind of works out in their favor. Because this one just allowing me to, like, non-target, so the XEs isn't protected. And because it's non-target, no matter what I do, like, the best thing I could do here, which I probably should have done, is use DoomZ 12, because it's now got a quick effect to XEs. And the XEs, the first time it would be destroyed by card effect, it's not destroyed. Which actually, if I remember rightly, actually, I'm pretty sure the DoomZ 12 should survive this. And this is just inexperience. So I should have used, yeah, I should have gone into the XEs. And that's inexperience on my behalf as well. And decided to destroy the, don't know why, decided to destroy the Raiders. And Raiders annoyingly is one effect per turn. So either it's destruction effect or it's special effect. And I've used both. So ultimately I'm now like just going to have to attack this. I'm going for Typhon. I don't even think Typhon is legal, sorry, because they went into Seals and the Link one. So I did double check that. I'm going to get hit with a nib. I'm going to get myself a fat token. But then I realise in a minute, I'm like, actually, you can't because Typhoon is active. So nib can't actually be activated. So that's just like, I would say it's back to a simplified game state because I'm top decking. But my opponent has Lordy Load and they've got the Ether Barrel. And I think once this rotation loop gets into play, if I've got no ways to stop it, it is pretty much over because, you know, the barrel is going to get you direct access to your drill beam. Drill beam, technically, if it wanted to be used, could be used later on. And then you kind of just need to get access to a Blue Eyes, which you can get through Lordy Load. Just confirming the requirements on the drill beam. So I don't really want to activate the Phantasme. So from this point on, it's pretty cookie card because I can't really do I can't interact with this. I'm just checking some of my DoomZ cards to see if they've got any like graveyard effects that I haven't fully explored as of yet. But we're going to be able to get into Mausoleum. Mausoleum, of course, will give the ability for an additional normal summon of a level 1 Light Tuner. But then using the effect of the Link one, I think is what's going to be happening here. Just confirming how we're doing this one. Are we sending a Blue Eyes? I can't remember how this one plays out. If we send a Blue Eyes, I think he's only on 2 Blue Eyes. So I think it's just as simple as tribute this off and bring back a Blue Eyes. And then... Oh, okay, so we had the Magnum in the hand, which explains why he didn't get the Blue Eyes. So we're going to be banishing the level 8 DoomZ 12, summon down the Magnumut. Magnumut's still, like, none of these monsters are strong enough here, but then that's when you just get a Blue Eyes and then just go Blue Eyes, punch to the face, get rid of it, and move it on from there. You still have Lordy Load as well to summon if we've got the ability for it. You kind of want to keep Drill Beam active, so that's something that's also being looked at here. And the clock is now starting to tick. So obviously both me and my opponent, like, these are the first time playing these decks in this way. So there was a decent amount of like thinking time and reading to kind of know our own cards. That's kind of what you get. And it was more of a casual locals at this one anyway, which is why I felt okay to run the DoomZ. I couldn't fully understand why both of these Blue Eyes were coming back in defense position. I think one of them has to, but then the other one I'm pretty sure could come in attack. And then we pass, draw turn. I think I look at the card I've got in my hand, I'm like, this isn't that great. Like, once Magnum resolves, like, there's nothing I can do, and I'm out of both my equip spells and both of my level 8s, so I can't get into the rank 8 monster, and even if I topped it like an Imseti, that wouldn't have done anything for me. So the best thing I could do here is, like, bounce a card and then move on from there. So, going back into game 3, starting off with DoomZ 5. I'm going to get hit straight away with the Ash Blossom. No, like, holding on that one. Equipped it with the Dogmatoclasm. This is one that if the monster on the field is destroyed, that it's equipped to, I get to send a monster from the extra deck to the graveyard. So this is how you basically set up the window lock, which is exactly what I'm going for here. It's not an ideal scenario. There are ways that you can just get an equipped spell directly from the deck. You don't want to hard open it, but in scenarios like this where I've opened up this and Raiders, I'm kind of in a very good position because we're going to be able to use the Dogmatoclasm to send from extra deck, and then we're also going to be able to use the DoomZ 7 as well to set us the trap card. So we get Schism plus the DoomZ trap card, which unfortunately requires you to have a DoomZ XZs on the field. Set 1, equipped it with an equipped spell. We're just going to go into the quick effect to rank it into the rank 4 so that I've got it during the standby phase. At least I think I do. Oh no, you leave it because then the DoomZ rank 4, when it comes out, can allow you to destroy it. And so it's only on special summon that it lets you do that destruction. So at this exact moment in time, like, I'm not getting any benefit from it. So start off with Maiden. Maiden's going to get True Light. I kind of want to be able to try and get rid of True Light, but I don't think any of the XEs let you deal with the Wishes, Discard Wishes. Deal with the spells and traps. So really what I'm working towards here is allowing them to burn out their resources. Once they get into a position where they're going to activate an effect to proceed to a special summon, that's when you come in and you chain the Schism, and the Schism then gets you direct access to Winder, and then they can't go any further. So kind of what I'm waiting for is as soon as they activate Roar would then bring a Blue Eyes in defense. So if I chain the Schism to that, then they don't go anywhere. And I could obviously flip and summon the Winder out here, which would still put in a bit of a position, because then it means the Winder's on the field. I don't think we've used True Light to revive yet. So, and there's no Blue Eyes in the grave. So you get the Link 1, you get the Link 1 moving, the Link 1 gets the field spell. I know he's got the Raw Divided Blue. I don't think there was any reason not to summon Winder prior to this. Because if you Winder, then the Link 1 is the only summon that they can make. You'd definitely still send the Blue Eyes, and then you'd have to set the Majesty. And the best thing about Winder is it can't be destroyed by card effects. But it would mean that during my turn, they could activate True Light to bring back Blue Eyes, but then it means they can't bring back the Maiden. So it's kind of a nice little stumbling block. I kind of just didn't really feel majorly threatened. And as soon as they activate Raw, it was like, yeah, Schism straight away. Schism's going to get Winder down. They get Blue Eyes in defense, and I feel pretty confident that I can get rid of the Blue Eyes in defense mode later on. So, yeah, summon out the Blue Eyes. Winder, that is their one special summon. Unfortunately, there is no Darks on the field, so I can't Winder it. They just tried to use Veiler, and I was like, yeah, Veiler's during the other turn, like not during your turn, it's during your opponent's turn. So if you wanted to get out of a Veiler lot, you would, out of the Winder lot, you would Veiler me during my turn. And at this moment in time, there really is nothing that can really be done. True Light is going to set a card, so set the Majesty. Majesty is pretty good because there's 2 Blue Eyes in rotations now, so you can see that the player favours the Majesty destruction effect. There are cards you can destroy off the back of this that would be quite effective, but Winder not being able to be destroyed by card effect is quite good. I do need to double check actually Schism. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if Schism is Shadow Schism. And I mean, I play the card, but it's very rare that people actually try to destroy the Schism. By banishing Shadow materials from the field or graveyard, but it can't be attacked directly. Then you can send one to graveyards. You can only, yeah, okay. So the Schism isn't attached to the Winder. It's just what I wanted to check, that when Schism gets destroyed, the Winder gets destroyed, kind of thing. So we go into my own XEs, and now I'm just like debating, do I want to destroy Raiders? But Raiders is going to be quite good to get me some advantage later on. And I could trade I don't really want to trade the XEs. I probably should have destroyed the Raiders. Because then the Raiders would have destroyed both cards, like both the monsters. But Winder can't attack directly anyway. And now put myself in this really silly position. So we're activating True Light to bring back Blue Eyes. I'm putting myself in this really silly position where I now can't deal with both Blue Eyes because my XEs is only 2400. I can use this effect, however, to destroy another card I control, and then it gains an additional 400 attack, which would put me over enough to deal with Blue Eyes in defense. So we're able to add the number 5. Number 5 is going to get Veilered. I haven't specialed yet, so if I wanted to, I could special. And now it's just kind of, I can't leave the Blue Eyes on the field, because if I leave the Blue Eyes on the field, it kind of goes from there. So I'm going to chain the effect of the XEs. I'll just explain this. This one's got the quick effect to destroy another monster on my field, I believe. I think it's just a card. It might not even be a monster. So that I dodge the Veiler, and then I'm able to kind of get access to DoomZ 12. Winder's going to attack the Link 1, going to flip the Majesty. The Majesty is going to try and destroy the Winder. I said the Winder can't be destroyed, so we destroy the Schism, which is fine, and then we destroy the rank 4. Even though I completely missed it again, because the rank 4, the first time it would be destroyed by card effect, is not destroyed. Or is it just by battle? Or is it? No, I keep confusing these. I'll keep confusing the decks up. I could be so wrong on both of those accounts. I'm just trying to find my DoomZs. They're like right in front of me. I can't remember if it's the rank 8 that gives it. Yeah, it just can't be targeted. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I keep mixing them up. The rank 8, the first time it would be destroyed by card effect or battle, it's not destroyed. But the rank 4 is just pretty much open to destruction. Going to equip the equip spell. We've destroyed the Link 1. Obviously, the clock is starting to really tick now. No damage on either side. Moving into my opponent's turn. My opponent is then going to banish the wishes, equipped. Go into the Tyrant Dragon. On the summon of the Tyrant Dragon, we're going to use 12's effect to quick effect, go into the XEs, because I'm just going to absorb that 12. Absorb the Tyrant. Or equipped it, to be precise. Now, the best thing that could happen here is that the Blue Eyes switches to attack, and then the Blue Eyes would then attack the Winder. Gets up both of us out of a Winderlock. Not that I'm having that much of an issue in a Winderlock, to be honest, at this moment in time. Normal summon Medius. Medius is going to summon out the Power Patron. Activate the XEs so that I can attach it to my XEs. And then time gets called, and then it ends in a double loss. I probably could have scooped that up a little bit faster, I think, maybe. Game 2 is probably the grind that I should have left it and just kind of rolled with it, really. But that's kind of like, that's what happens when you're playing, like both players are playing newish decks or newish to those decks. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions at all, by all means, please put in the comments down below. I will be more than happy to answer them. For now, as absolutely always, stay safe and, of course, happy dueling.